Oh, what's going on, Redeemers? I'm a bunny, but that is Nick and Kurt. I did mess that up. I didn't want to start it.
That was cute though. I'm a bunny.
Well, let me redo that.
No, what if you came in with the bunny ears on?
The next song, I'm doing that.
No, you gotta come in with
Yeah, we were supposed to do that. We were all supposed to wear those little fun hat joints where it's I was gonna be a teddy bear.
What was that supposed to be? Or what was that supposed to be for?
It was random. At first, we was just gonna do it on Halloween and shit. But I feel like we should just do a random reaction. We all just got little animal hats on and shit.
Yeah.
Everyone picked their animal.
No, it's gonna be funny when people start going back and forth. And then everyone's like, the tiger attacked it.
That is going to be hilarious.
Or just someone's pissed at you. They're just like, yo, tiger, shut the fuck up.
That tiger can shut the fuck.
I'm sorry, that shit.
Legit will be hilarious. We're keeping that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm Zach.
I'm Nick.
I'm Curtis.
Welcome back, guys. We have NewJeans Ditto Side B. If you guys saw Side A, you guys saw our theories, conspiracies, all the good stuff. Let's see if this one has the answers.
Cinematography is probably going to make you cry.
I wonder if it's going to actually be the same song. I think it is, right?
You feel like it?
Probably so. When they did the other one and they did the different sides, it was the same song.
Angle.
We'll see, though. We'll see, though. Never know. So when you went, I'll be watching.
Stay in the middle, like you a little. Don't want no riddle. 말해줘, say it back, go say it to 아침에 너무 멀어서 say it to
I see.
훌쩍 커버렸어. 함께한 기억처럼 널 보는 내 마음은 어느새 여름 지나가를 기다렸지. Somebody like I want somebody 날 보고 웃었지만 do you think about me now? Yeah, all the time, yeah, all the time. I got no time to lose. 내 길었던 하루 난 보고 싶어. 따따따따 울린 심장. I got nothing to lose.
I imagined you. I'll destroy the camera. Interesting.
I like this.
This was something she leave her friends for a nigga.
Fire.
I just gotta chill. Scared me.
No, that got me good.
Huh?
That got me good. I thought it was gonna be like a death scene or something like that.
That scared the shit out of me. A little bit.
Then run into the room.
I don't know why they ran into the room like that shit.
That's creepy. Cause that's what she recorded. You can see it on the TV right before it happened. That just freaked me out even more.
I'm scared.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That
Wait,
just
say
scared
your
me.
point one more time.
He said
He
it
said-
looked like she was
yeah.
recording that and it happened.
So look at the TV. Watch the TV. Just You see the TV, and then her recording them walking in, and then they're all just sat down in a room.
That's why it creeped me out, because the match cut make you feel like you're still in the room.
Yeah,
And like
still
she
the
walked
memory.
in while she was sitting on the couch.
They went
That's
back.
crazy.
They went back to the memory for the last part.
I'm scared. We could bring it back and talk about it.
This is fun.
This is fun, but it's kind of fucking like creeping me out a little bit.
I love it.
I watch horror movies, so I'm fine.
So first off, man, I love how like NewJeans make this shit look easy. As far as like just kind of the production. I love that you got more of the choreo on this side as well.
That's true.
So like I thought that was decent.
Damn, I should have said ditto.
You know?
Nickel just
It was like, yeah.
ditto.
I don't know, cause at first I don't know why I'm getting creeped out over this video. Look how it's just the way everyone's standing and like kind of like moving and film footage.
It's
shit
a lot of
is-
voyeuristic perspective.
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I find it weird that like they're only kind of interacting with each other, and no one else, kind of almost on some Sixth Sense shit.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm overthinking it because maybe I'm just basing everything off the theory I already had and kind
No,
of
I mean it begs it's begging the question essentially.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes okay, y'all, so sometimes like in movies to me, when they, especially like horror movies, when they have like, ghosts or figments of your imagination, you normally in movies try to see if those ghosts or figments of imaginations interact with anybody else besides the protagonist of the film. That way you kind of can eliminate from your mind that these are like real. But when you see people not interacting with other people, it begs the question of like, are these figments of your imagination? Are these ghosts? Or like they really here? And I just find it odd that they're not really interacting with anybody besides her. Clearly she's able to be seen because the guy keeps on staring at her and he's looking at her and they're like having moments. I thought that shit was super creepy. That last part is creepy as hell, man, because the way the match cut works, it feels like she was still in the room. And like she literally was recording them and came in the room and was there.
Yeah.
I'm lost a little bit with what's going on in my mind. She destroyed the camera, yet somehow she still has the footage is being played. Is the camera a representation of her? Did she kill herself to join her friends? And I don't mean to get super
I'm
dark.
laughing at the
No,
irony
no,
of
you're
it.
laughing. I get it. Yeah, nah.
I'm laughing at like this is where we are.
This
like
is- yeah, like, this is
'cause
where we're at with it.
Yeah,
Like-
it left us like that confused. In a good way, though.
Yeah, just even like I said, they doubled down on the whole when I said she kind of was the only one with the umbrella for some reason and had left them in the rain.
Yeah.
Or at least left them at the school while she left and everything. It seems like someone was calling her to stop her from doing something or to make sure she was cool.
That was where I started getting chills in relation to.
Then the deer shows up again, and I told you I don't know why after Get Out the deer just symbolizes like bad things in movies for me and shit. She left with him though, so she had left with him. Yeah, man, I don't feel relatively good about where everyone stands at. Y'all can chime in. I've been talking a lot.
I'll go real quick. I think I'm going to stick with my theory. I feel like it's a memory. Like the video VCR is like what she saw throughout high school, and at the end, that did throw me off as well. But I kind of caught on to it.
Yeah, is it a stretch to say that the way they shot the quote unquote present version of her seemed like she was older?
In a way, yeah.
Because it was only showing the lips, it was showing the chin, and it was showing the eyes.
Because she didn't have a cast.
They didn't really show like a full on, frontal kind of shot of her.
Hold on, yo.
Which is kind of making me think that was like, an older version of her as well. Possibly.
It's definitely got to be a memory because it's 5 members.
I think I'm tripping and we're tripping a little bit. NewJeans has 5 members.
Yeah.
That girl isn't in NewJeans then.
Oh, because she's definitely 6.
She's not in NewJeans. That mean that might be some. That might just be some random girl.
So Loki can be her conscience, following her around and helping, like trying to convince her to talk to the boy.
Okay,
going through your
okay,
past
Redeemers.
memories.
I think I get this. Follow me along, guys. I think Shorty loves NewJeans, and NewJeans is her escape from reality.
Oh, okay.
So she makes it a part of her everyday
So
life.
she makes it a part of her everyday life, and the bull is probably her knowing that she can't escape from reality, or that's kind of her getting back to the real world.
So
I think she left her obsession with NewJeans here to stay in the real world with the guy.
That makes sense because in a gym, the guy was looking at her crazy, like, "What are you doing?" Like, and in the classroom, they were looking at her like, "What are you like recording? What are you doing standing here?"
Even in the first video, they had the note on their back too, which is like at first I would have thought was like a pranking thing, like, oh, she's the outcast, so we're gonna like prank her or something. But there might have been more to something like that too.
That could be her escape.
No, because that shit is throwing
now
me
that
off.
you're
I
saying-
literally had to go count how many girls was in there because I'm like, I see 6 people.
Because actually, that you're saying that now makes sense that she was in a room by herself, and like you said, NewJeans was her escape. She couldn't escape the NewJeans anymore because she walked out into the rain.
And the
She
whole
cut-
metaphor behind NewJeans is supposed to be the timeless kind of
Yeah,
aspect of it.
her
So
walking out into the room was kind of her going away from NewJeans. Like,
the cell phone was old too. So
Yeah.
you had the older technology, so it does.
it makes sense.
And then, again, they never showed that frontal shot either of the
Who
person,
the person
who
was,
in the,
just the
who was
lips.
watching the videos.
I think they show like an upper shot.
It showed like a raccoon eyes kind
Yeah.
of shot, and it showed like lips and chin, but it didn't really show her like in full. So that kind of does suggest that it could at least be a different version of herself. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what's getting me too, because I know the camcorder was destroyed.
That was probably her, like, this isn't real. That's her way of...
Was that her way of
Because she
distancing
did-
herself from NewJeans?
You're right though. That match cut at the end was definitely like.
Because she destroyed the camcorder right before the rain and all that. So it could have been her, like, let me forget about NewJeans since this is not real. People are looking at me crazy. That's why she's sitting in a room crying.
Honestly, though, it is kind of sad, and I'm not trying to make it like morbid or anything. But even as you were saying, like, I know you were kind of just like spitballing theories, of course, where it's like, oh, did the camcorder represent herself, and did she like throw herself off the building or anything like that? And the reason that's kind of like something that's sticking with me a little bit more now is because when you had that shot from, it was looking at the full wide shot of the school. You know, you have the alienation shots, right? You clearly have her being alone, being an outcast. You had the dolly zooms in the hallway, the looking at her, you know, with the deer, tears in her eyes, and then you see the levels of the school going up the stairs, and she's on top of the building and just lets it go. But then that's all you really see from that aspect. And the phone call not ringing, you're not picking it up, so it's like someone's checking on you, you're not picking it up, and then you're like crying in a corner. it honestly does feel really really morbid and sad, honestly.
Yeah,
because here's my thing, just to briefly say this, is if you're looking at it from the friendship angle between the first two, but then you're also looking at the love aspect of it, it never really comes to fruition, either of them, right? I mean, granted, you know, of course, this is like a first kind of, you know, watch for us, so I mean, sure, it might in future watches or anything like that, but as of right now, at least for me, to speak for myself, those two storylines don't really connect necessarily for me. It's not a love triangle, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't really seem to, and maybe the ditto was, oh, he actually liked her back because you saw a little bit more of his perspective. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was beginning to think at first, but then all the other elements just really overtake that story so much. So there's so much more that seems to have to be told there. So it's like, if you're looking at the love aspect seemingly not being fully developed, and then you're looking at the friendship aspect again with, you know, more like those are the members of NewJeans. This is clearly someone, and I'm not sure if that is a member of NewJeans acting the role or if it's someone who's entirely, you know, different. That's like
you probably Google it. I would just assume it was either an actress or someone else probably at this point now.
But it was just basically if it was someone else entirely, and it's like you're not getting the friendship development aspect. You're seeing all the depressing things, and you're not getting the love aspect again. And then the camcorder being kind of thrown off. It's really, that's kind of what's starting to make the most sense to me, at least right now.
Yeah, and with the camcorder thing, like I said, I didn't mean to be morbid as far as like that being like a suicide or something. It was,
you know,
it might, like I said, be a representation of maybe like, you know, killing your imaginary friend. I'm not sure if y'all seen Drop Dead Fred or just even stuff like Inside Out with Bing Bong. Rest in peace, Bing Bong. But like, you know, sometimes like those core elements happen when the death of like imagination like happens.
It ties into often lost innocence themes and things of that nature. You have to let go of the old version of yourself to, you know,
to go into the new version,
the NewJeans version.
But yeah, no, I like this a lot. Like I said, maybe we're overthinking, but I like that. I like that the video did so much for you to kind of, you know, to get into that realm and shit. I wonder to know if they've said what the video is a representation of, because clearly we got the point. Like I said, I understand that the at least to me that whether this was about, you know, friendship in general and the bond that you have with people, it seemed like she had to leave NewJeans to go.
No, it certainly certainly feels like it could fit multiple applications for sure.
Yeah,
because you can digest a song on its own, but the video gives it an entirely different kind of context.
Yeah, is that an actress? Have you found out like who that is?
I'm looking it up now.
Distant meanings. The theories dwell in the heartbreaking applications in the music video, which suggest that the members seen in the video are merely hallucinations and that the members tragically died in a car accident with only one survivor. Oh my God.
But there's still 6, right?
Yeah, because I was about to say, it's just...
Unless the member wasn't an actress and it was actually the member themselves who was portraying the video, because then at which point you're looking at who's...
Twitter users speculate that they may have died in a car accident due to the deer, the one seen at the end of the MV and the one that keeps popping up.
So is that how she broke her arm?
What if she was the only survivor in the car?
And she broke her arm. That's why.
But then the nail was still painted, wasn't it? In the first video?
Yeah, one nail was still painted.
So there was some kind of interaction there, at least.
Yeah, or at least she thought it was. But that's just a Twitter theory. Mm-hmm. Since he's who was he? So then, hold on, y'all, because we're doing our homework at the same time.
We're all looking at different things.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to. I'm like, who the. members are still alive. She slowly gets rid of the camera in the BMW, but eventually at the end of the... Oh, she slowly gets rid of the camera in the BMV, but eventually at the end of the BMV, she still watches back the memories with her and her members. Another K Bunny's Diddy theory trending. Six Girl is a representation of fans and idols of Bunnies and NewJeans.
Yeah, I just read that exact same thing.
The theory provides a more uplifting feel. Why is they calling this the Baltimore club dance type show?
It's the wrong location. Yeah, some theories are like they're a ghost. They died. Something like tragic happened.
Can we get a brighter theory?
Please. Something more happy.
K-pop music video.
Oh, wow.
Cried before.
I got something.
What'd you get?
Not like a theory necessarily, but you know what the actual meaning of ditto is?
I thought it meant like I feel the same way, or like okay, what is
Listen to this: the same thing again. So think about that with what we've seen in the context of the video. Like, I love you, the same thing again would be I love you, the same thing again. But identity, as far as the match cuts and the videos, the same thing again. So if we're seeing the found footage kind of leak its way into the present, that would be the same thing again, past repeating the... So I love how they twisted that, though, because the whole ditto thing, and maybe it was a bait and switch to a certain degree, unless there's, like, obviously, you know, more meaning to it, of course. The love aspect of the story was kind of what was really throwing me off. Because I was perceiving that, at least in side A, as what I believe to be the main story, but it definitely doesn't seem to be the case. So the same thing again for Ditto definitely makes you think about this one.
No, I'm there with you. I'm still just looking at some people elaborate. Yeah, because it was because at first where I was at, I almost was at either like acceptance or she, you know.
Can you go back 5 seconds?
Yeah.
5 or 10?
Even before this,
No, that's
they about to
you're
run
good,
into
you're
the
good.
room.
No, you're good.
Cause I'm just like, fuck, is she like carrying the memory on, or?
Do you remember what sport they were playing in the first one? Inside a basketball, volleyball?
Well, I think that the guys were playing basketball, but the girls were just dancing inside the gym.
Okay. Because they're dressed in winter gear. We see the deer in the snow in the first one, how that might be death. We see the cast, as you had said. But the last line really in here is, hey, what are we practicing today? So maybe they were going to practice for some sort of cheerleading thing or something like that. And
they were dancers.
And then that's when the accident happened, seemingly.
Because it shows they were dancing on top of the roof. They had
it
choreographed.
Okay, so I'm trying to, like, I understand the group dancing choreo, like, as far as, like, you know, singers and group members and everything, but within the story, they're also practicing for something. So just that kind of mirrored image. Yeah, I'm really curious. Shout out to whoever directed these. I mean, the story and everything and the way they're communicating everything is incredibly fascinating.
Yeah, other people have brighter theories.
Yeah.
The brighter theories are the sixth person in the MV is us, bunnies. Every day we watch their reels, their MVs, their vlogs, listen to their songs, and laugh over the funny edits made by the fans. Even though we will never meet them, we are always by their side, supporting them. They have no idea how NewJeans or K-pop in general could change our lives. The MV is directed at us. When we're emotional, NewJeans is here, making your day brighter. K-pop changes your life. It changed mine. I definitely get that, but I feel like also at the end of this video,
there's too much morbid stuff in it for it just to be that for me. But I do like.
I feel like she literally kind of left NewJeans, kinda, and then later on they pop back up.
Right.
The weird thing is, I was even looking for like headphones or anything like that, because with the time leak, because it looked like she fell asleep on the couch and then she woke up and no one was there. Like if she fell asleep listening to music, being sad, being upset or something, like I kind of would have understood it to that degree, but there didn't seem to be anything like that. So yeah, but then it kind of gets me too with the phone call and like being left alone and everything. So, yeah, this was really interesting. I hate to say it, but if I had to like kind of leave it at my guess, I'm really gonna say it's like more so morbid.
I didn't want to be that guy too, but I'm kind of on the same page as you.
That's just ultimately what makes the most sense to me, given kind of what we've seen so far. And regardless, though, I mean, if it's more upbeat, of course, and it certainly could fit those aspects as well. This just opens up an incredible like lane for them, I would say. Because if you start getting into subject matter like this, like I really like they could express it. I mean, clearly their voices are really beautiful and everything like that. And what we've seen of their choreo as well from the Mama performances. But I'm really liking just like how much versatility there is as well. What's that?
Future Nick. Remember when the video first started and I said, damn, this feel like all of us. All of Us Are Dead and shit on the A side. That's the actress from All of Us Are Dead. Which makes it feel even more morbid now when you just mentioned it again and shit. If y'all watched out like All of Us Are Dead.
And the Ditto thing, the same thing again.
The same thing
and
again.
It's the actress from All of Us Are Dead, so it's like...
The same thing again.
So wait, all right, question. Let's just say we're going with the morbid thing for like a second here. Do you think it's that the rest of the group was lost, or the friends that they're meant to represent were lost and you lived, or do you believe you were the one who died and the group is still there?
I'm not sure.
Because remember, it's that stuck in the middle imagination, so maybe they're in between the afterlife. You get what I mean? Like they're the ones who are lost?
I guess my thing would be like, did you join them at the end? If we're staying in this thing, did you join them at the end? Because at first I thought we were going to get some type of closure as far as her leaving them and watching the MV.
Because at the end, she technically leaves off with the guy, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Technically, she left with them, but technically she was sitting in the room still watching the MV, and then like they kind of did the match. The match cut is what threw me off the most because, like I said,
I agree.
It's almost set up like they entered the room all together, or they were still with her. Because at first I was like, oh, okay, maybe she's getting some closure from the situation. And even though she can't have NewJeans around, she still can carry that memory in herself as opposed to watching it or them being around her, imaginary. But no, I'm with you. This feels a little bit more like morbid, in my opinion. This is good. What I'm gonna say too is they're different. They are forced to be reckoned with. Rookie groups shouldn't be doing this type of content and be doing this at an elite level.
No, this is incredible.
Just from the MV, just from the production, just whoever directed this too, really did they thing. Because this isn't one of those things where you would have had to I'm a director. If y'all don't know. You would have had to explain kind of the concept to the girls too. I'm pretty sure you didn't just have them running around like smile here or dance here and everything like that. Like it's
even so, because you would have had to make the changes between your found footage style of filming, what you're 32s or your Super 16s or Super 8s,
Mm-hmm.
and then your cinematic, wide angle lenses and stuff like that. So even just those things would have, had to have been explained. I would at least assume.
And to me, they also did like very good with not, even when they weren't saying much, like it just was kind of like so much was conveyed and just kind of like facial like expressions and everything like that. And like I said, the cinematography was different. But their pen on here, I don't know if there's writers in the group or whoever's writing for them. Just the pen on here and then illustrating that the way they did with the MV. Kudos to them. Kudos to their manager. Kudos to the cinematographer. Kudos to the dance coordinator. Kudos to the producer. Kudos to Hybe.
Funny enough, too, I mean, just with the whole NewJeans aspect of jeans never going out of style and everything, and I know it would have been easy to kind of have them in that, but also another thing that doesn't go out of style is the schoolgirl uniforms or school boy uniforms for that matter. Like, in other words, if you were trying to parallel and kind of have a plot twist as far as time period is concerned, that would have been an outfit that you would have been safe in. You know what I mean? So I think that was also interesting as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
last thing I'm going to add
they're different, man.
is just the fact that the lead of this video, the person who voyeuristically the audience is supposed to follow, is not a member
of the group.
So that in and of itself kind of conveys, some sort of, I don't want to just say plot twist for the sake of saying plot twist, but it conveys something much more than meets the eye.
Yeah,
because this isn't meant to just be a straightforward kind of narrative, I don't think.
Yeah, because Attention is my favorite song from them. This might be my favorite MVs from them. I felt
100%.
I felt like abandonment at one point. I felt sorrow. At some points of levity, you might have felt like happiness and stuff too. But the video, especially when we were watching it and it was no sound, the video felt real heavy. I'm pretty sure, I know some people probably was crying watching this, or like this is kind of one of those things that might have got some people emotional, but they just did a good job at making the video feel so heavy. I'm cool. I'm stuck a little bit.
Yeah. One thing I'm just gonna add as a last point really is when we saw the first few videos from them, we saw that they were using cell phones, other technology. Internet culture was still a thing within those videos. None of that here. So the whole time period aspect of it. The old style flip phones, the old style TVs and camcorders and things of that nature, the timeless wardrobe with the school outfits and everything, it definitely is giving, honestly, it does feel really morbid to me, I would say. And just kind of those production elements support that.
It helped with the eerie vibe, just because it felt older. I don't know why when some things feel older, you feel a little bit more, I don't know what's the word to use it and shit, but especially like when you watch horror movies and things are a little bit older, you feel almost like more helpless than you would right now, if that makes sense.
Well, the weird thing is, too, with the whole old mansion or old abandoned house or factory or any other kind of spooky setting you can imagine, you often hear that it feels like someone else is here, or that it felt like lived in before. Ironically, that's kind of what the MV is making me feel. It feels like this is all lived story that we're seeing that's then almost, I don't want to say commercialized, because it's not like commercial setting, but I mean like how something goes from 2D to 3D? Like it feels like that aspect is being portrayed, where it's like our reality, the way we see the world is kind of being seen from like a higher being, to where they look down the way we would look at a cartoon, kind of the whole us being 3D, that being 2D. It feels like almost like fourth dimensional kind of, which is kind of calling into effect a little bit of the spiritual vibes that I'm getting, as far as like watching your life unfold, or your memories unfold, your regrets unfold perhaps. It feels really morbid, but it also feels like it's strange because it juxtaposes with ultimately really beautiful vocals, and a catchy vibe as well. So it's a lot to process, but yeah, this was incredible.
Yeah, I'll read the rest of this stuff offline. Gestures. Yeah, because it's probably just going to give information on her. Yeah, that's really crazy, though, that I had mentioned that, and that was the thing.
That was a crazy catch.
Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Tell us if you agree with any of our theories. If you have theories of your own, like we'd love to hear them. This was decent. This was different, man. We love you, Redeemers. We want to holler at y'all.
Love y'all.